Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video, we are checking out the trailer for Bendy the Cage. That's right guys, Bendy the Cage lives on. It is not dead as previously stated by the creators who put it on ice. They kind of said, we're not making this game anymore. Actually, they are making it. They've come back to the project, and we've got a brand new trailer in time for Halloween. So I thought I'd check this trailer out today, guys. We'll also have a look at the Steam page afterwards of the new screenshots, and we'll basically just take a look at what Bendy the Cage has shaped into, because I think it's meant to have changed since its original inception, but we saw about a year or so ago. So sit back, relax, let's check out the trailer for Bendy the Cage. It's a brand new Bendy game, I'm very excited for it, and yeah, let's see what this game is all about. Remain calm, not for children, seizure warning, okay. So this is a mature rated game, the first M-rated Bendy game. Ooh, that is spooky already. The spiral, oh my god, look at that thing. Is that Henry with his axe? I think it is. Oh man, this looks so atmospheric. The warden is watching. Remain calm. What is that? A giant hulking beast. This looks really Dead Space. Like, oh wait, he's got a helmet on. That's very Dead Space. He's got the Dead Space helmet. I like it. Bendy the Cage. Oh, it was so short. I wish we'd see more. That's cool though. That's cool. Fight for Madness 2026. So it's coming next year. That's awesome. Okay. Alright guys, well that was the trailer for Bendy the Cage. That looked really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say. There was like a few things to take in from that trailer. We saw 3 different enemies. We saw this kind of character which had a trap on his head, it almost looks like. It almost looked like a Saw trap on his head, actually, something out of like the Saw series. Then we saw this enemy that was like this giant, like, it looked like almost like a dog or something, like Bluto, but it was like this giant kind of like ugly dog beast thing. And then we saw a scuttling enemy. It looked like a searcher, but it was like scuttling on all 4s, like something out of Outlast or Dead Space or something. We saw this almost like subliminal messaging as well, which was kind of flashing up on the screen, which seems to be like, I don't know, almost like the experimentation that went on within the Gent workshop. I think this game's meant to take place in the pit, so that's obviously the area of Bendy the Dark Revival where we met Henry in the previous game. And then, of course, we saw Henry himself, and he has this like helmet on which lights up. Almost like a Dead Space looking helmet, which is really, really cool. He has his axe as well. So that's all I could really take in from the trailer. I mean, the environments look really, really atmospheric, really good. But we have had some additional information. I just want to go over to Twitter, guys, and check what the creators have said actually on this game. Alright, so I've pulled 2 tweets from the creators. The first one is from Meatly, and he says, "Why is Bendy the Cage back? Well, put simply, it just deserved to be. The Cage has such a strange dystopian feel and dark personality that it demands to live on apart from the other Bendy games. It is truly a unique and experimental game for us. Also, fun. And in the end, we just said, why don't we give the fans what they want and bring it back? So we did. This will not affect our intended timeline for Bendy and the Ink Factory. Happy Halloween, everyone." So there we go, guys. They just brought it back because fans wanted it, and it was a story they wanted to tell, it seems, which is really cool. Then we have another message from the co-creator of the Bendy series, Mike Darjeans. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And he says, "Yup, Bendy the Cage is back. It was very clear from fans that this story was wanted. We tried to let it go, but even we wanted this story to be told. So we pressed File New and decided to get back to it. And it's been exciting. This time around, we went with a third-person psychological horror game." Oh, so it's in third person. I didn't realize that. "Still taking place within the pit during the events of Bendy and the Dark Revival. Being able to navigate the fight as Henry and seeing him from a third-person perspective was definitely worth flooring the project out. Thanks for the continued support, everyone. We'll share more with you as soon as we're ready. Fight for Madness." So there we go, guys. That's actually a very informative tweet because it's saying we basically get to play in third person, which is pretty cool. This seems like it's going to be like an actual survival horror experience set within the world of Bendy, which is awesome. So let's go over to the Steam store page and just see like what information we can get from there. Okay, so on the Steam store page, it says, "Escape a twisted prison filled with the darkest experiments gone wrong. Now set loose in the shadows to hunt you down. Unleash your deadly axe in this action psychological horror, taking place during the events of Bendy and the Dark Revival. Fight for Madness." And then we've got some more information a little further down, and it says about this game. Test your sanity as you take control of Henry in this third-person horror experience taking place during the events of Bendy the Dark Revival. Condemned to the Keeper prison known as the Pit, Henry must survive the horrific inmates and mangled experiments set loose to devour him. A labyrinth of steel industrial dread lay before him as his mind is invaded by the past. Discover the hidden, blood-stained truth behind the monsters as you explore the dark levels of the pit, slowly making your way to the very top of the facility. Take on the darkness with your axe in brutal melee combat, unleash fast and heavy strikes, block and parry incoming attacks, shove foes away, stomp on enemies with a vengeance, and time dodges to avoid being torn open by things that hunt you. Dive into the shadows for limited supplies as you embark on a twisted tale of Henry's self-discovery while facing down new and familiar creatures of the Ink. Find the Maestro, escape the prison, fight the madness. So there we go, guys. We're going to be able to block in this game as well as unleash fast and heavy strikes and parry enemies. It's almost like a Dark Souls type experience in that regard, and stomp on enemies just like in the Dead Space series, which is really cool. And it's going to be kind of telling us more about Henry's experience in the pit while the events of Bendy the Dark Revival were happening. I guess between the events where we meet him as Audrey and kind of set him free, and then kind of where he meets up with us at the end of the game, it's going to be kind of linking that portion of the game together, I would imagine. It also says this game contains bloody violence, gore and torture, psychological horror, scary images and mature themes, so it is definitely an M-rated game here, which is also very interesting to see. The Steam store page does contain pictures, but these pictures are all just kind of images, it seems, from the trailer. But we do kind of see this image of a third-person view, which is interesting, with Henry walking with the axe down this corridor. So that's pretty cool there. We kind of get a sense of how the third-person camera will look. We see that new enemy type, which I said looks a bit like Bluto or something, very creepy looking. And that crawling enemy as well, the enemy crawling on all fours like an Outlast type enemy or something. And then finally we see Henry with this mask on. I don't know what the mask's all about. Maybe it allows him to kind of see visions and stuff while he's exploring or something. We'll have to wait and see. But that is Bendy the Cage, guys, and it is coming next year, and I couldn't be more excited. This game honestly looks just like peak Bendy, right? It's like very new direction for the series, very mature rated, and I love some Dead Space, and it seems they've taken at least a little inspiration from the Dead Space games. So yeah, definitely excited for this one. Of course, we'll be playing it on the channel next year when it comes out, so stay tuned for that. But with that said, guys, I want to know what you think of Bendy the Cage in the comments section below. And also, if you do want to go and wishlist this game, there is a link down in the description below this video. If you did enjoy this video today, guys, I would appreciate it if you can leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more videos just like this one. And I'll see you all on the next one.